Nasdaq followers. My name is Liz Glesko, and joining me today is Executive Director of Savvy Ladies, Judy Herbst, which is a nonprofit organization who's on a mission to empower women to take control of their finances. We are also proud that Savvy Ladies is a Nasdaq Foundation grant recipient. Judy, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me here today.
Of course. So Judy, can you please begin by telling us what is Savvy Ladies and kind of speaking to your journey in particular with Savvy Ladies from joining the organization and now being a leader of it, and some skills in particular that helped you along the way?
Yeah. So Savvy Ladies is, as you said, a nonprofit organization. In 2023, we're going to be celebrating our 20th year as a nonprofit organization founded by Stacey Francis. It provides free financial education for women, all backgrounds, with no barriers. And that really is what Savvy Ladies is all about. And at the heart and soul of Savvy Ladies is a helpline. And it's a free financial helpline where we connect clients with their financial questions, women with those financial questions. Many of them are women in crisis, low, moderate income women, with a community of pro bono financial professionals to answer their question. And that is really what we have been building at Savvy Ladies and what I've been building over the last 2 years since I joined the organization. And my journey, what's my background? I'm been a brand marketer, like a digital brand marketer in PR. That's been my background in for-profit organizations. So making the pivot to the nonprofit world is really a dream come true for me. And how did I do it? I did it by volunteering. So for everyone out there who's listening, volunteering is a great way to gain new skills, follow your passion. And I believed in the mission of Savvy Ladies. I had been introduced to Stacey Francis, and they were building their committees. And I joined one of their committees, and in 2020, spring of 2020, I came on board as a volunteer to help them put together a Mother's Day campaign and build it from a digital perspective. So to reach new customers to build their donations around the first quarter and second quarter of the year versus just a gala. And then fast forward, it was just a lovely opportunity where Stacey reached out to me and said, they're exploring for a new executive director. Would I consider the opportunity? And it was wow. It was like, wow, that is amazing, because it really is a connection of using all my skills and expertise that I love doing. So what are those skills, you asked me? Around good listening skills. Like, you really need good listening skills. You need to observe. So as a brand marketer, you observe the world around you. You observe what the clients and the customers want, and you answer and you solve. And you solve that solution and you tell that story. And what I learned that I think was so especially important through my career is that the importance of data in telling a story. And having come through a very traditional brand marketing sort of career, and then working for a startup, you really understand the importance of using the data that you can gain and glean to share the successes and tell that story to those advocates, to potential sponsors, that you are the right brand for them to want to sponsor. And that's what I've been doing since I joined Savvy Ladies.
Absolutely. And you mentioned two main big skills between your digital marketing skills and data analytics. Sometimes in the social work world, they don't always have that hands-on experience with kind of the numbers and the digital experience. So I think by bringing that to Savvy Ladies is probably a big game changer for the company to help drive it forward. So when you think about like game changers for nonprofits, how has capital exposure, education, or even like storytelling had an impact on Savvy Ladies?
I think you need to have a reason and that mission and that purpose. So what is the impact that Savvy Ladies can make on the world that we are helping, the women in need of financial advice and guidance? So you need to tell that story, but you need to tell it through a platform, and you need to have it accessible to the clients. So that to me was technology. So Savvy Ladies, over the course of the last, since it was founded in 2003, had always at the heart and soul was the mission to help women provide free education so women felt safe and comfortable, because with financial knowledge comes security. When women understand their finances and take control of their own finances, they can build their own financial security for their future. And by doing that and using technology to make it accessible today, putting it on mobile, making the matching more automated, and using the algorithms that are necessary to speed up the process. Technology speeds up the process. So when we can match more women with volunteers, we can expand the mission of Savvy Ladies, which is exactly what we've been doing over these last 18 months. And that's what is so exciting, because when you have the data to show your expansion, you can then show that to sponsors. So you mentioned health and money. You can now read the data and say that the women are coming, and we can ask them, how do they feel from a behavioral perspective about their money right now when they come to us? And 80% of them are saying to us that they are very concerned. They have no idea what to do. No idea what to do. Then there's a piece of them that has, I have some idea of what to do. It's only maybe 10% that have an idea of what to do. So we're now speaking to a large population of women that had no idea what to do. They didn't even know what to ask. So giving them that opportunity, from making it accessible with the technology, with our platform, making it known on our website. So we have a fairly new website that we relaunched last year.
Which looks great.
Thank you. But using that digital marketing. So SEO, what are the words women are looking for? Everyone is going to Google to search free financial advice.
Yeah.
How do we find it? We want Savvy Ladies to come up there. We are that nonprofit. We are a trusted resource for them to come to find and get that financial advice to help them move forward in their financial journey.
I love that. And something that I was looking at with Savvy Ladies is that one of the services you guys provide is free financial advisors and educational programming. So when people hear the word free, they get crazy. So when it comes to technology, I'm sure that plays a big part in how that's made accessible. Because the big issue that a lot of women are facing is accessibility to these resources. So how does technology and Savvy Ladies' business model make this come true?
So by putting together the technology where we are matching the client's questions with a pro bono community of professional volunteers, which we've grown now from 30 to over 180 volunteers, by showing and proving out the numbers that we are connecting more and more women. As of this morning, we've connected, this year alone, 2,300 women.
Wow.
Amazing. We're hitting close to 300 women a month now that we are connecting on the helpline. So when you show these numbers, when you can show proof in the numbers, you can now have your pitch to go. This is the PR, right? This is the PR in me. This is the story we tell. We are now helping these women. We're connecting with volunteers. We're seeing that we're moving the needle from when they come in and they're very fearful of their finances, they don't know what to ask, to following up with them to say, how are you feeling? Have we helped you? And they're responding to say, yes, you've been a tremendous help. We can show that to sponsors. So by now reaching out to sponsors in the financial world, speaking about women's empowerment, financial improvement for financial security, helping with improving the wage gap for women, these are the missions and the messages we can share. We talk about putting together panel discussions with experts from different corporations around health and money, career and money, divorce and money. So many times when women go through a divorce, they do not understand, or they only manage a certain piece of the money. They don't understand or haven't, they're brilliant and very smart and savvy, but they might be doing only the day-to-day activities of the home and not concerned about the future investments. So now as they're divorcing, they need to understand their future, financial future. What does that mean for retirement, taking care of their family, living in their home, taking care of the car still? What does that mean? And what does that not just the daily budget, but their future outlook. And that comes to investing. And it really goes from budgeting to savings to investing. And Savvy Ladies has 12 topics that we've identified that women come to us with their questions. So it is budgeting, debt management, paying off credit card debt, divorce and money, career and money. And we're getting a younger group of women and younger professionals now coming to us asking about career and money. And I think that is because it is now a more common conversation around the wage gap. Many of the young professional women want to understand how to invest today so they will have a future that they can be independent.
That's wonderful. And one thing that I think you're doing so well in particular as our executive director is understanding the behavioral of finance when it comes to women. It's not just like a checklist. We're not just going on websites and, saying, okay, the advisor said to do X, Y, Z, sign up for this, but there's a behavioral, emotional aspect of it. And I think, going back to storytelling and the mission of Savvy Ladies, I think that's really probably what's helping drive it forward too, is just understanding how these women are interacting with money because of their situations that they're, being faced with.
No, that is so true. And I have to say a big shout out to the Savvy Ladies volunteers. Like we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing without them. And to have grown from, a couple dozen volunteers to now close to 200.
Incredible.
And I really think that we'll hit 300 volunteers because we make it very easy for the volunteers, but our volunteers are empathetic. They're great listeners. And in many cases, the women who are coming to us, they have a question. They have a question around debt management, how to plan out, how to pay off credit card debt. Should they buy a house now? How to buy a car? They need someone to listen to them that is unbiased.
Exactly. Yep.
That can help them understand the concepts of money and all the different terms that are out there for money that could be a maze. But the volunteers come and they will spend anywhere from 1 hour with a client, and they might just do one client a month. But since we make it so easy for them, they could do 2, 3. We have some volunteers offering 8 hours of time.
Wow.
So they'll get matched with 8 people during a month. And as you can tell, with 300 women coming to the helpline, we need all the volunteers offering their time. But since we make it accessible, it is throughout the United States. So we have volunteers that are throughout the United States that have connected with us.
Wonderful. Now, when it comes to all of this tremendous growth that Savvy Ladies is doing, part of it probably goes with like the micro and macro trends that we're seeing right now and how women are looking to interact much more with their finances and, of course, take control of them. When it comes to your future goals for Savvy Ladies, can you speak to that a bit?
So the future goals are that we're launching this app. So this is like the immediate future, and we're so thankful for Nasdaq. We are going to be launching our app in March, April of 2023. So understanding that to be accessible with our platform and our services is really, really important for Savvy Ladies. So growing that and growing our outreach to really speak to all of those areas of content and subject matter that where money is interconnected. As you said, we're seeing it in health and wellness, in well-being. Financial well-being is definitely a topic of its own. Career has been very, very important, but retirement now. We see these trends that young women, are wanting to know about how to plan for their retirement. There's no pensions really any longer, very few. And so women really want to understand what are they putting their money in today, especially if their companies have a 401k, if they have a matching, what that means for them today when they're 25, when they turn 50. So we have so many women even coming to us, is it too late for me to invest? And we say to them, a core age has always been 45 for us. 45, you still have another 30, 40 years to live of investing your money. So it's never too late to start investing. And I think the trend I'm seeing is that women want knowledge. They want that information. They want it, and they're not scared anymore. So I think the biggest trend I'm seeing is with the conversation out in the forefront around wages and so forth, is that women are no longer as scared to ask the question about money. and to be financially independent. Money's been always taboo.
Yeah.
Like you never talked about it with your kids, really. You never talked about it definitely with your parents. Like my mother would never want to talk about money with us. But now I think it's becoming more of a common conversation, and that's what's wonderful. And I think that's the biggest trend, and we should continue it, is to make the conversation accessible, make it easy, and it's no longer taboo to talk money with girlfriends, with your parents, at the dinner table with your kids. That's where it's going to be the biggest change, and it's happening. We just have to continue it.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that sentiment. And Savvy Ladies is doing such a great job with creating accessibility to all these different financial resources with the app upcoming next year. So, what is your advice to the next generation of women who are looking to take control of their finances but don't know how to make that leap?
I would say my biggest suggestion would be don't be afraid to ask. Don't hold it in. If you have a question, ask the question. Find that resource to ask that financial question. And it could be a resource like Savvy Ladies to just get you started and kickstart your thoughts on that journey. There's also so many, webinars you can look to and articles you can read. Savvy Ladies does offer that sort of unbiased platform for you to find, and you're not being pitched to buy anything or sell anything or invest your money any sort of way. It's giving you that guidance and explanation of what's out there. I would say my biggest recommendation is ask questions.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Judy. And thank you so much for joining us here at Nasdaq, where we are currently, growing and developing our purpose as a company, which is to advance economic progress for all. So can you speak to us a little bit about how Savvy Ladies plays a part in that and the value of having the Nasdaq Foundation as a partner?
Well, we are, as I said, more than delighted with that being awarded the NASDAQ grant from the foundation. And a purpose, it's around intention. And Savvy Ladies' intent is to provide that free financial resource and guidance to all women. And we do see that there's always been that barrier, that financial barrier for women, that they don't ask the questions in the past. We know there is that wage gap. Why aren't they getting what they deserve? And so we want to elevate women to be confident about their finances, ask the questions, because financial knowledge really drives security. And women really want security for themselves and their family. And I think that is the intersection of NASDAQ and Savvy Ladies, is that we're building the purpose for women to feel confident and secure about their financial future, and offering them the outlet and the platform for them to get those services.
Thank you so much, Judy. Well, again, we're so happy to have you here at MarketSite today, and we cannot wait to see when your app develops and to continue to, see all the great things that come out of Savvy Ladies. So thank you so much for joining us. Nasdaq followers, that is Judy Herbst, Executive Director of Savvy Ladies, and stay tuned on Nasdaq for more updates.